That's why I could not deny not to be here. Second, I want to inspire the youth, not only giving disappointments and or a kind of dissatisfaction over what we have been doing, but also to raise hope, so that we can contribute a lot to the development of the country. So just coming to the stage, I chose to speak on a theme which perhaps would be more enlightening to you than enhancing your only academic career. So however, talking about the road from poverty to prosperity, I thought this is something what I should be speaking with you. We are in poverty, but we are not bound to be in poverty forever. We have a lot of potentials, opportunities, strength, capacity, and the motivation to be a prosperous nation, and we can very much do that once you are also in the reign of this development process after a few years. So how we can pave the way to prosperity from poverty? You know how many people are poor in this country who cannot just have a basic living with their income? At least 1 in 5. At least 1 in 5 in the country is now in desperate poverty, cannot meet daily basic needs, forget the quality of life. We need to make it zero in 15 years' time. That's what we are envisaging in our development planning. There should be no poor, no absolute poor in 15 years' time, from the year 2015, not from 2017. How many people are deprived of education facilities? Nearly 1/3 of the population is still illiterate. Health facilities cover the universal health facilities. The basic health facilities cover not more than 1/3 of the population. Still, 258 mothers die not because of any other disease, but for the very necessary job of giving birth to babies. For 100,000 live births, 258 women die for none of their fault. Some of the children who are just born cannot live for 5 years, and who are in the percentage of about 1/3 of the birth is taking place. About 15% of them don't even see their second or third month. And forget about other development. Our per capita income is not worth what you pay for a cup of coffee in the next store. You can afford to that, but there are people who have to live the whole day or the whole month with that money. The per capita income is less than $800 a year. And that is the average. You know how averages is done. 800 could be just arrived at by adding up 1500 and 100 also. Average is 800. Some of them are having 100, some others are getting 1500. So for 2 persons the average is 800. And we are living with that money. And that doesn't suffice to meet the basic needs of most of the people. That's absolute poverty. And there is human poverty, which is along with income, people don't have, along with the deprivation of income, people don't have access to education, health, drinking water, and basic other facilities. That is included in the human poverty index, which is low. Nepal is, if the score is 1, if the full marks for human development is 1 in terms of human poverty, Nepal's score is about 0.5. So we are just halfway through. Talking about multidimensional poverty, which is more than that, which includes basic things to live plus other facilities including electricity and some vehicles or transportation means and some sort of entertainments. For that, Nepal's absolute multidimensional poverty is about 45%. That means nearly every second person is in multidimensional poverty. So how many indicators of poverty we want? I think it's enough. Now we have to talk on the road to prosperity. How we move from this situation to the path of prosperity? Does Nepal have this potential? What is the advantage that the country has so that we can emerge as one of the developing countries, not least developed country as it is in the moment? To become a middle income country, we have to at least cross our per capita income more than $1,200 a year. If you have $2,500, you will be in a comfortable middle income country level. By 2022, we intend to graduate from least developed countries status by achieving the threshold income level of 1,200 plus. From 800 to 1,200, we have to move in terms of per capita income also, but then we have also to address so many other challenges. We are sure we can achieve that because the current trend is very encouraging. So now, what would entail to the road of prosperity? First, we have to know what prosperity is all about. People talk a lot about Samriddhi. Samriddhi, you know, Delhi. If you open your radio, television, leaders talking the word Samriddhi. The word Samriddhi is mentioned in the Constitution repeatedly in 6-7 places. What do we actually mean by that prosperity? What is that? Is it sufficient income? Is it wealth? Is it your happiness? What is that prosperity? Prosperity is about many things than being wealthy. Wealth or income is only one of the several indicators of prosperity. Income is necessary. If income is accumulated, that becomes wealth. Wealth is necessary to sustain your life in economic terms, but being wealthy doesn't mean that you are happy. Prosperity is also about happiness. Does wealth always ensure happiness? No. Does better income have assurance that people are happier than others? No. Not necessarily. So what brings happiness? A kind of achievement you have in your life. If you read I think in some of the management level, you might be studying the personal management and you might be looking into the motivational theories, and there you can see what motivates people, and there you can see your self-satisfaction, self-actualization as one of the motivating factors. So you must see the kind of actual meaning of living in this world, your existence, the value of your being. If you see that you have contributed something, you have achieved something, you are happy about this, you are satisfied, well, this is one sign of prosperity. But that could only be assured when you are enterprising, when your knowledge is linked to, when your education is linked to the knowledge and knowledge linked to the profession you want to exercise or to live in, or the kind of work you do. Your knowledge must also be accompanied by skills. So enterprising youth we are looking into when we are talking about prosperity. The enterprising youth for whom education is translated into quality knowledge, that knowledge is translated into your professional well-being and also skill enhancement, and you become productive, you become enterprising. You not only look for jobs created by others, but you look for jobs to be provided to others by yourself being enterprising. So this is somewhere prosperity is linked to entrepreneurship. Each person becoming enterprising, and then making use of your knowledge in productivity. It's not like unemployment benefit being enjoyed by people and you become prosperous. No, that's only temporary arrangement. In our youth policy, somewhere it is distorted, and we say that unemployed youth will get unemployment benefit. This is not the way that we reach to prosperity. Each working level youth who is able must be linked to production, must be linked to some kind of income generation activity. This is where the whole issue of enterprises and enterprising youth is related to. Those who cannot be linked to the labor market, those who cannot work, those who are physically handicapped, those who are aged, those who are children, are the only people who get benefit from the state, and that's called social security. Social security is one aspect for prosperity, but this is not all. The best way of social security is getting jobs, getting employed, getting work to be done. I am using three words: job, work, employment. Remember, employment is something which is a paid work. I don't think you should go for a paid work. I would encourage you to go for work where you can employ people. Getting employed is something like being a subservient to a system. Linking to work is self-motivation, self-actualization. And providing jobs to others is higher degree of satisfaction. And jobs and works are similar. Employment is paid job, which I would put in a second place from job or work. So that is the primary function that we must do when we want to move in the road to prosperity. Third, the kind of education we provide must be quality education. Education leading to lifelong learning. It's not that you pass out of school and you give up everything and you don't have to read again, you don't have to learn anything. It's everyday life, everyday work to your life. I do read about 4-5 hours a day, even at this age. I think it is more than what I did during my college days. I didn't have to study that much in college. I used to play, I used to stand as the first boy in the class. I got merits in colleges, first division throughout, passed in better position, and that was just few hours work. But now I study more than that because I have to learn more. Some people just give up their learning once they get PhD degree. And I say, this is the beginning of your study because you have to prove that you are a learned person. That PhD degree by its designation doesn't mean anything unless you deliver to your degree. So you have to learn more. So for you also, passing out is a just step that you carry on, but you have to start your learning thereafter. And the characteristics of prosperity says that you have lifelong learning, everyday learning. Health facilities to translate your life into longevity, lack of illness, lack of morbidity, and you don't have to suffer on account of your health. And several other areas, you have to have those kind of things which prosperity entails. One of them I would say is the social capital you must have to be prosperous. Social capital is nothing other than the social bond, social relation, social cooperation, helping each other, one community helping the other community, one person of this community helping the other person of the community or the family members. We have a strong social capital, family system. We have the best social protection system in family in the world. That is family taking care of the elders and the children. This is exemplary also in the world. In South Asia, nowhere in the world you can find such kind of best social capital we have. The family relations, social protections provided by family itself, more than the state. What does the state do? Provide 500, 1,000, 200, 2,000, 300, whatever money we provide. Does that suffice to protect you from your insecurity? No, unless family is there. So we have that kind of social capital with us. And our communities are so helpful, so cooperating, so effortful to help people in problems. You have seen the case of earthquake, how people were self-motivated to help others, how people donated money and everything to the helpless. So this kind of social capital has also to improve over time if you really want to be a prosperous nation. One more thing I would like to speak on prosperity is the kind of environment we live in. We are not talking prosperity in terms of environment where you have polluting cars. You have to close the windows of the cars, throw out the road because you cannot open it. You always have to run in ACs. You cannot get fresh air. That's horrible. And we want an environment which is healthy, where people can live, and not only an environment where you live healthy, but also the environment which can be protected for your coming generations to live in a healthy way. So it's also intergenerational issue. And one more aspect of prosperity I want to talk about is human security. That is related to your personal security, peace, and freedom. You must be free to your business, you must be free to your occupation, you must be free to your expression. But along with that, you must be protected by state in your physical terms. There should be no harm to your physics for doing some rightful things. And you must be protected by the state for basic things like food security, energy security, or other kinds of basic utilities. That's what prosperity is all about. So you might think that is it a viable proposition that this speaker is making? Yes, it is very much viable proposition I am making. In next 15 years' time, we have the plan, we can do it. If not in 15 years, in 20 years we can do it, we'll achieve it. Now, how to do it? As a student of economics, I have to talk to you how. Politicians only talk what. We have to talk how. What it takes to reach there. Money, resource, capacity, institutions. What needs us to take to that places? Let me start with the potentials. First, let me talk about our geography, location, where we are beset. Geography apparently is said to be our disadvantage. Of course not. Disadvantage only in terms of creating infrastructure in the areas where we have difficult terrain, road or whatever. That's the only difficult part. The rest is all opportunities. Our geography gives us a wide range of biodiversity. We have all kinds of weather here. We have all kinds of crops that we can grow here, from tropical to alpine. You can grow any kind of foods